like to talk with you a little bit about some of the broader technologies and solutions that you're looking at that you think are going to play a significant role in UPS, both with IT and the business, of course, as we move ahead the next 3 to 5 years. So in general, what do you think, what are you looking at most carefully that maybe isn't quite here today, but is going to be more relevant tomorrow?
You know, that's a great question, because we've embedded technology in every facet of UPS's business and our global operations around the world. There's no way we could deliver the performance we have today without it. But looking into the future, we see clearly a couple of things which make a difference today and will make an even greater difference as we look out. Number one is mobility. We've been in mobility since the late 80s. We used to hand make our own devices, and we moved on from that, pioneered a lot of different things in the space. But today we understand how ubiquitous mobility is, not just internally, but perhaps even more externally in terms of connecting our customers to our business, to our trading partners. If you take a look at our UPS applications, we have over 2.5 million mobile apps that have been downloaded across the 3 major platforms: iPhone, Android, and the BlackBerry. We also have things like My Choice. My Choice is an ability for you to gain control of the actual deliveries for your house. And My Choice is mobile-based. Over 1.4 million customers have already signed up for that. Looking out, it is ubiquitous. Our applications, we want them to be everywhere that our customers want to react to or interact with UPS. We're seeing that not only in our trading partners, tying them together, tying together our consignees and also our shippers, tying together regulatory authorities. It's one world where data drives a significant result.
So you're sort of, in one sense, leveraging this, what is broadly called the consumerization of IT, with the tens of millions of tablets and smartphones that are out there, and making it relevant to your business.
Yeah, the consumerization of IT, bring your own device to work, and many other type things are all very relevant. It's interesting, for instance, when the iPads came out, the first place we took them was to our board. And we equipped every one of our board members with iPads. Our board meetings have been run off of those ever since. And the reason we did that is because we wanted to bring the ease of use, the ability to have a controlled environment where we could share confidential information to just the board. They could consume it both here in our meetings and when they're away from UPS. It worked out very well for us. And if you look at mobility, we have thousands and thousands of smartphones that are deployed at ever-growing numbers across our organization.
When you talk about mobility, oftentimes people, what registers in some minds as well, security concerns, security ramifications, you know, for access, authentication, and so on and so forth. What you hear oftentimes is the response is, well, just stick with the same governance and policies that you have with the rest of your security. Is there a security answer with mobility, or how are you approaching security of mobility here at UPS?
Well, security in our business is job number one. People entrust us with a tremendous amount of information, so it is something we think about at all aspects. When we look at the mobile devices, you have to put in this perspective. Every one of our drivers since the late 80s has had an equipped smartphone-like device. Almost all of our management team has the same or similar type devices. So we had to early on take a look at how to secure those environments. And we look at it from an aspect of security has to be accomplished. Focus on how you're going to do it, not question if it can be done. And we've been able to sort our way through that and arrive at what we think is a very secure state.
Last question, Dave. I want to switch a little bit from technology to the human factors side of things. And my understanding is UPS has something on the order of 4,000 plus information technology employees around the world. If you look out at things that are developing and skills that you're going to need, are there specific skill sets that you think are going to have to be aggressively developed over the next 2, 3, 4 years that maybe aren't in such great supply today? And if so, what might they be?
You know, we are blessed with a world-class IT team. It is centered in the United States with resources that span the globe. And it is over 4,000 employees that are on that team. When we look out, we're always looking, where do we have to be on the horizon? Not just really the 2-year horizon, more 2, 5, 10. And so it was easy looking back to see things like Java as those came in, that we needed to move a number of skills that way, and we did. Mobile is a big space for us today. The environments are different. The way that you design, the way that you architect, the way that you test is different. We're moving a lot of effort in those spaces today. And looking out down the road, big data becomes a big part of where we're going. UPS is known for tremendous scale. It's rather fun today as compared to 10, 20 years ago, where we used to break the limits of everything. Today, technology provides us much more capabilities, but it allows us, therefore, to release our minds and look at more of what we could do now that the technology is not a limiter. And big data is a big part of that.
I guess I lied. I said it was the last question, but I got a follow-up question for you because you've tweaked my my curiosity here with big data. A lot of that involves, you know, harnessing and leveraging not only structured data that people have been used to for years, you know, but all the unstructured stuff out there, including a lot that's in social media. It sounds like that's on your radar screen pretty high as well.
It really is. In fact, you know, I have the operations for our customer service agents report into our team. And when you look at those environments, we're looking at how to take that dialogue, the verbal dialogue, and be able to pull that apart and be able to analyze that and to add that to the structured data, bring in information from social media, add that, and take a whole different view of how our customers are interacting with UPS, what their needs are, and how we can better meet them. We think those type of advanced analytics will drive a superior set of performance results for UPS in the time to come.
So I guess you probably add advanced analytics skills to that skill set that.
Very much so. Not only advanced analytics, but also the ability to move that pendulum towards predictive analytics. So the historical view of looking at data will always be important. And so as you see data warehouses and how those are evolving, the BI space is well alive. But the more interesting is predictive side. Think of it just in our business. If we can predict issues with the movement of logistics on a global scale and be able to put ourselves in the middle of the flow and prevent that from occurring, think of the value for our customers.
Enormous. Really. Well, Dave Barnes, thank you very much for joining me today. Great information.
Thank you very much, Bill.